kind and loving person. And she endured so much trauma.
A mother's heartbreak there after the Marion County Sheriff's Office says her adult daughter was killed by her estranged husband, a man who has a long criminal history that includes domestic violence.
In tonight's Crime Tracker special report, News 13's Matt Fortin has her story and why law enforcement says domestic violence is such a growing problem.
In 2019, in a domestic violence case in Conway with these two parties, Judge, she told the officers at that time, the only way that I will ever get out of this marriage is to die.
At the Marion County Sheriff's Office on a Monday morning in June.
Today we stand here with Corey Rowell, her husband, being charged with murder.
Corey Dontre Rowell faces a judge for an arraignment in the murder of Lachey Bellamy Rowell, his estranged wife.
This was the one we took in McLean Park.
Her death has left her mom, Lizzie, in disbelief.
I never would have expected that. Not Lachey, not her, you know, she's so tough.
Tough, just one of the ways her mom described her daughter. She says Lachey was funny.
We did everything. That was my first time ever going out.
Brought joy and was strong.
My sister, whew, anytime I need her, it didn't matter what it was for. She was there. I called her October, I needed her. Oh, I was so close to jumping off a ledge. And I called my sister. I didn't know who else to call. And she talked to me. And she said, Tasia, it's okay.
Court records obtained by News 13 show Corey Rowell's criminal history includes prior domestic violence charges. He was charged with domestic violence in 2019 in Conway against Lachey and pleaded guilty the next year to third-degree DV. In January 2020, Rowell was let out on bond after allegedly firing a gun into a Marion home. And in April, Rowell allegedly shot a gun toward Lachey a little over a month before deputies say he shot and killed her.
She endured so much trauma going through that house after her death. I could feel it. I could see it. Holes in the wall, doors broken down. And I told her so many times to get her out of it, to get away from it. And she was trying. She was trying. One of her last messages to me was, I'm leaving Corey because he's not going to change. But I got to figure out how to get out.
Getting out is something Conway's Police Chief Dale Long says is easier said than done.
It is very difficult for the person who is now this victim to be able to escape from outside of that control because it is someone who has, managed everything.
In 2019, South Carolina ranked 6th worst in the country for rates of women murdered by men. The state's domestic violence homicide rate 1.5 times the national average.
The Myrtle Beach Police Department has an investigator dedicated to domestic violence cases. She says when she first started around 6 years ago, she would see between 7 and 10 cases a week. Now she says she sees over 25.
It started to increase last year because of everyone staying home and during the pandemic and everything. But I still feel that the numbers keep rising on a daily basis.
Officer Michelle Paetzel is hopeful that a new shelter will help the area. State lawmakers have allocated $1.5 million for the Family Justice Center to build a domestic violence shelter in Horry County.
Having it here locally in Horry County would help tremendously because a lot of times I feel that the victims at that point in time would step in and take the resources that are being offered.
As Horry County waits on a shelter, Lizzie Bellamy waits for answers.
Just amazing and surprising how he got away all of that time with other criminal domestic violence cases. My mind can't be calm until we find out truly what really happened to Lachey.
Matt Fortin, News 13.
So tragic there. We have posted more stories for you in News 13's Crime Tracker series at WBTW.com. We have investigated a number of topics, including crime trends in your community and also what's being done to try to keep your family safe.